Let's go over to Rick Glauert, who's joining us from Kaohsiung. Rick, you were there when the storm hit. How's it looking now?
Well, the storm now moving away from Kaohsiung, wind and rain becoming noticeably less in the last couple of hours, but it's left behind a lot of flooding in the city. This flooding here is just one of 1,000 disaster incidents reported around the city. That's because the core, the very center of Typhoon Krathon, hit Kaohsiung with that strong eye wall, with those huge winds of up to 200 and more than 200 kilometers an hour. They brought down trees, ripped parts off buildings, brought down telephone poles and traffic lights. The government all day urging people to stay inside to minimize injuries, but we know that there's been around 100 in the city itself, injured people. And we've spent the day reporting on a city that doesn't often face down a typhoon just like this one. A city under siege from a deadly storm. Typhoon Krathon makes landfall here in Taiwan's industrial port city of Kaohsiung, home to more than 2 million people.
就是买一些那个物资啊，先把它放在家里面，以便不时之需。
今天就风雨就很大了，前几天还好啦，担心就是会海水会倒灌啊。
Most typhoons hit Taiwan from the east, losing strength by the time they reach Kaohsiung on the southern coast. Typhoon Krathon is on an unusual trajectory, coming in from the southwest to strike here directly, the first time in decades. Gusts have been reaching more than 200 kilometers per hour near the harbour front of Kaohsiung, a record for this city. Extreme winds have been bringing down trees and traffic lights, and heavy rain has turned roads into rivers. The city government has closed schools and businesses here for a third day. Evacuation centres have been opened and emergency messages sent to residents' phones reminding them of the typhoon's destructive power.
高雄市是正处在这个现在风力最强劲的时间，所以也要特别呼吁所有的市民朋友没有必要不要外出。
Krathon has puzzled forecasters, taking a rare path and changing in speed, direction and intensity as it approached the coast. As the storm system heads inland, it is expected to weaken without the ocean to fuel it, leaving Kaohsiung bearing the brunt of this unusual typhoon's power. As the storms died down, we've seen more and more people coming out on the streets and start the clear-up operation. A lot of people trying to move debris away from the drains to help floodwaters like this recede. For many people here, as the night draws in, they hope that the worst is over and that the recovery can begin.